Hello there, my name is Andrew McCormick and I am the Director at Fast Accounting Services Limited, a firm of chartered accountants operating in Bedfordshire. I would like to put together a little bit of information for anyone who is self-employed or part of a partnership and has had a loss of earnings thanks to COVID-19. In order to claim self-employment income support, there are various conditions as to who can apply. So these conditions are that you are self-employed or in a partnership, and you must have submitted a tax return for the tax year to 5th of April 2019. If you haven't yet done your 5th of April 2019 tax return, you have got until the 23rd of April to get it in and get up to date. You also need to have been trading in this tax year up to 5th of April 2020 and intending to continue to trade into 2020-2021. If you have profits of less than 50,000 when averaged over the 3 years to 5th of April 2019, then those profits will then lead to a monthly figure which you will be able to claim, which is 80% of your average monthly profit. At the moment, they are going to pay you 3 months worth of money in a lump sum. However, that is not expected to come out and hit your bank account until June. There is another condition, which is that more than half of your income must come from self-employment. There are a few issues at the moment regarding the government guidance. One is that they haven't actually defined which profits they are talking about. Are we talking about the profits per your accounts, or are we talking about the taxable profits? That is currently unclear. They haven't actually defined which profits they are talking about. All they have said is that they have already got these figures, but they would have both of those from the tax return that you have submitted. So we're not really sure which figure they are going to be using to work out this monthly amount that you are going to be due. The other question mark is where they say that more than half of your income has to come from self-employment. They haven't said if that's more than half your earned income, which would be PAYE income, or whether they mean all income, so people who have a lot of dividends, for example, PAYE, or maybe rental income. There might be other forms of income which make up your income on your tax return, but whether the self-employment part has to be more than 50% of the total, we're not 100% sure yet. We are waiting for further guidance from HMRC. So I've said that at the moment what they're going to give you is 80% of your average profits, whatever profits they are, from the 3 years to 5th of April 2019. If you actually started trading after 5th of April 2016, say you've only been trading for 2 years, they would take your average profits for the last 2 years, divide those by 2 and then times it by 80% and then work out what a 12th of that is, and that is your monthly amount that you are due. The other query at the moment, which hasn't been clarified by HMRC, is what happens if you have, for example, 2 years where you've made a profit and 1 year where you've made a loss. Do they add up the 2 years of profits, take off the year of loss, and then average it out, or do they ignore the year of the loss? We just don't know yet. The detailed rules and regs are just not available yet. The maximum amount, when they do their calculations of what your monthly amount is, 80% of it, cannot be more than £2,500 a month. Okay, so there is a maximum cap on the amount you can get. So how do you go about claiming this? At the moment, you should do nothing other than making sure that your 5th of April 2019 tax return is filed so that you are up to date with HMRC. HMRC are currently looking at all of their databases and identifying who they believe may qualify for this scheme. What they are going to do is write to you if they believe that you can qualify, and you will need to then complete a simple online form. Now, at the moment, I believe that won't be asking for the figures per your tax return. It will simply be asking you to confirm that you're still trading and you are still going to be trading next year. Okay, I think that is about the limit of what they're going to be asking you. They're just going to be asking you to confirm that you believe you've met all of those conditions that I've spoken about and that you do qualify for this payment. Okay. What are you supposed to do between now and June when you get your first bit of money? Okay, there are various things you can do. You can, if you rent, if you a rental, you can speak to your landlord to see if they might defer your rent for 3 months. It's not asking them to cancel your rent bill, it's just asking not to have to pay it for the next 3 months, and then coming up with a payment arrangement as to how you're going to repay that missed rent over the remaining months. But it'll just buy you a little bit of time. The other thing you can do if you are on a mortgage is you can speak to your mortgage company and try and arrange a 3-month payment holiday with them. Again, interest will continue to accrue on your loan whilst you're not paying these monthly payments. But right now, we just want to try and get through the next few months. So whatever you can do to try and help your cash flow, I would suggest that you look into and try and do that. I have also spoken to some clients who have told me that they have rung up their local councils to talk to them about council tax payments. And what the council have been doing is, you know that you get 2 months, is it February and March, I think, each year, where you don't have to pay council tax. What they're doing is they're moving that 2-month period to now. So April and May, they are saying you don't need to make any council tax payments, but then it will kick in again monthly, and you'd also have to pay in the February and the March. So again, it's just deferring money to a later period, but at least it saves it having to go out of your bank account now. The other change for people who are self-employed and have a partnership is that if you were due to pay any tax by the 31st of July, your first payment on account effectively for the 5th of April 2020, your second payment on account for 5th of April 2021, you no longer have to pay it by the 31st of July. You can now defer it to the 31st of January. However, what they have said is if you have the money to pay it at the end of July, then please to do so. It'll just help the government cash flow, which I'm sure you appreciate is going to be under severe strain over the next few months. So you have the option of deferring it, but you don't have to. Okay. Hopefully that has covered most of the queries that I've been asked over the last few weeks, for any of you that haven't already been in contact and asked me. If there's anything else that you want me to cover, or for me to do a different video in more detail on anything, then please let me know. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.